A fire on the water in Lake Union. Thick black smoke rolls over Seattle as a boat catches fire at a marina. How fire crews fought back. And bystanders jumped in to help.
Ended up kind of fighting it off with a garden hose for a while.
A mother's message. More than 3 weeks after the Decker girls were found dead near Leavenworth, their mother is weighing in on the search for their alleged killer. Their father still on the run tonight.
Yeah, it's a little shocking.
Opioids are now the leading cause of accidental death in Pierce County.
We have this problem of insurance only paying for five nights of detox services.
The new effort to save those facing addiction.
We're trying to make that first or second experience in detox stick
By providing longer access to help. An ecosystem disrupted around Issaquah. The environmental fallout after more than 100 trees were chopped down.
When you cut mature trees from a canopy like that, you can't just replace them.
And the legal battle brewing tonight. A boat is destroyed after it caught fire and sank to the bottom of Lake Union. The smoke could be seen from miles away as the flames quickly spread. This is a closer look at those flames. By early evening, the fire was under control, but the damage appears to be significant. This is King 5 News at 11. I'm Jessica Janner Castro. King 5's Jim Nelson has been tracking this story for us since 5 o'clock. Jim, do we have any idea how this fire started?
No, Jessica, the fire department is still trying to figure that out. Now, as cliche as this is, they say it could have been a lot worse, that today's weather conditions may have prevented a total catastrophe.
Long before firefighters staged along the western edge of Lake Union, it was clear from just about every angle this was something big.
All of a sudden I hear the big explosion and I feel like whole office was shaking.
Around 4:30, the Seattle Fire Department was called to the Boat World Marina. And if this massive response wasn't a big enough clue as to how serious this was, take it from those who went through it.
That's when it first started. Kind of overwhelming.
Amiko Kelly works at a nearby yacht broker. Her office is just a couple hundred feet away.
One of my brokers like, you need to get out of here now and then don't worry about anything. So I kind of glanced at it and I see the big smoke and fire coming out.
Fire officials say a 40-foot boat caught fire. The flames spread to the dock and marina roof.
If it was a wind-driven fire, that could have spelled disaster for us. But fortunately, we were able to get here quickly on scene.
Before the fire department arrived, marina tenants rushed right in.
Yeah, pretty intense. Ended up kind of fighting it off with a garden hose for a while.
That's right. Seth Holtinger tried fighting the fire.
It was me and multiple other people. We didn't know if anyone was on board at the time. And then obviously trying to save, our boats.
Their boats are fine, but the one that caught fire was destroyed. Despite all that, nobody was hurt.
The Coast Guard and Department of Ecology have been on scene to monitor the pollution impact. They're trying to prevent hazardous materials from spreading further into the lake. A marina manager sent a letter to tenants tonight reiterating the only known damage is the one boat, the dock, and the roof, but they'll continue looking for other damage that may have been missed. Jess?
Jim, thank you. New at 11, Seattle police are searching for a suspect who attacked a man with a machete. It happened in Albert Davis Park in the Lake City neighborhood around 8:30 tonight. A 42-year-old man was taken to the hospital with some scratches and a cut on his hand. The suspect ran away before officers arrived. A suspect is in custody tonight after a shooting on I-5 in Kent. King County deputies say it started just before 1 p.m. when shots were fired at another vehicle on northbound I-5 near SR 516. Thankfully, no one was injured. Deputies tracked the black Chevy Equinox to Angle Lake Park using cameras and witness tips. Several people in the car were detained and the accused shooter was booked into jail. New at 11, the mother of Peyton, Olivia, and Evelyn Decker is upset. The man charged with killing her daughters is still out there tonight. Whitney Decker released a statement just days after crews said they believe Travis Decker could be dead. Her attorney outlined their frustrations. The statement reads, quote, "One has to ask what law enforcement agencies are most familiar with the surrounding woods and mountains. Certainly not the U.S. Marshals Service." The Chelan and Kittitas County Sheriff offices are among those involved in the search with U.S. Marshals. Both say they're still actively looking for Decker, adding none of the tips they've received have offered proof he's in the area. It's redirecting some of its resources to recovery in case Decker died trying to evade investigators.
This opioid crisis doesn't know any barriers. It doesn't discriminate.
Opioids are now the leading cause of accidental death in Pierce County, outnumbering car crashes. Hundreds of people died from overdoses last year. In an exclusive King 5 interview, Maddie White shows us a new effort to help those who want to get clean stay cleaned.
In his Tacoma office behind me, Pierce County Executive Ryan Mello has decided to use some of the money Washington won in recent opioid settlements to extend the county's only detox program.
I mean, you lose everything. Everything. I was really bad on heroin, and I had enough. Enough was enough, and I knew I needed help.
As Lauren Barone knows, getting help is easier said than done.
It's really hard. It's really painful. It's really intense.
Especially in the age of fentanyl, a drug the DEA says is 50 times more powerful than heroin.
Just a little bit can cause an overdose.
But most detox programs face a barrier.
We have this problem of insurance only paying for five nights of detox services.
In an exclusive interview with King 5,
if folks get just a little bit more time in detox, closer to 10 days, the evidence tells us that it sticks.
Pierce County Executive Ryan Mello points to recent data that suggests 5 days isn't enough.
They definitely see the same folks, a lot of folks, over and over again.
So they're extending Pierce County's only detox service to 10 days.
Instead of having someone come in and out of detox, we're trying to make that first or second experience in detox stick.
Last year alone, Pierce County reports that 423 people died from accidental overdoses. That's a roughly 40% increase from the year before.
We're really trying to think, what is the best use of these dollars for the next 20 years to make the best impact, to save the most lives?
Because recovery is achievable. Just ask Lauren, who's now a mom to a son she adores.
Just know that it is possible, and you can do anything that you want to, as long as you're in the right mindset and you know that you're done. You're totally done.
Over the course of the next decade or two, Pierce County will get about 9 times as much money from the opioid settlements as they had in their bank last year for services like these. Reporting in Tacoma, I'm Maddie White, King 5 News.
Tonight, community members voiced their concerns to the Renton School Board over the expansion of the Renton High School campus.
This letter and accompanying petition signatures, 548 of them, plus 29 businesses, more than demonstrates a broad public outrage over the current plan.
They're saying residents and businesses will be displaced by the project. It involves buying and demolishing 32 homes and 8 commercial sites near the high school. The campus would expand from 23.7 acres to more than 33 acres. Voters approved a school construction measure in 2022.
I don't know, are they going to put shielding in or something? How are they going to stop that?
That's a question Sound Transit is working to answer after copper wire theft stopped trains for the second time this week. On Saturday, thieves targeted Wilburton Station. That disrupted service between South Bellevue and Spring District stations. Then, yesterday morning, riders had to take a bus to get between the Overlake Village and Redmond Technology stations.
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. It's disappointing.
Sound Transit says extra security will stay along the line as it finds a long-term solution. The King County Sheriff's Office is teaming up with federal law enforcement to investigate the thefts as larceny.
Are you telling me that's it? This is how it ends? You want to tear down the building.
Right now, Tacoma business owners are waiting to learn if a new light rail track will destroy a historic building. Freight House Square is more than 100 years old and home to around 20 businesses. Tomorrow, the Sound Transit Board will identify its preferred route and stations for the line that will connect Tacoma to Federal Way. One of those options would result in the demolition of Freight House Square. Business owners say they want Sound Transit to consider other options that would allow the building to stay.
Nobody's going to praise the Sound Transit Board for destroying a 100-year-old building. The people of Puget Sound will praise Sound Transit if they're able to deliver their promise of bringing light rail to Tacoma while also preserving history.
Sound Transit's meeting is tomorrow afternoon. Stay with King 5 for the results of that vote. That light rail expansion to Tacoma set to be open by 2035, but the expansion to Federal Way comes first in 2026. The other big expansion will be from Seattle to the east side, opening early next year after a 3-year delay. By 2044, the light rail is expected to extend all across the region from Everett to Ballard and central Issaquah. New at 11, Republicans are working on a new plan to sell off public lands. The initial proposal included in President Trump's budget bill would have opened up more than 255 million acres to be eligible to be sold, including more than 5 million acres in Washington. But that proposal was removed just days ago because it violated a procedural rule since it was too big of a change in public policy for a budget bill. Now, a Republican senator from Utah is making changes to try and get it added back in. Senator Mike Lee wants to remove all Forest Service land from the proposal and focus only on land within 5 miles of population centers. He did not elaborate on which of those would qualify. Republicans hope to pass the spending bill by July 4th. A legal battle is heating up over trees that were cut down for a better view. King County is suing homeowners in Issaquah, accusing them of illegally cutting down trees in a protected park. This trail camera shows one of those trees sliding down the slope, as you see, and experts say the damage to the hillside could last for decades. King 5's Bridget Chavez reports on the potential environmental fallout.
Environmental experts say cutting trees on a hillside like this can trigger serious damage that takes decades to undo, and it can pose serious risks for the people living down below.
This tree caught on camera sliding down a hillside in Grand Ridge Park was just the beginning. It revealed that not one, but more than 140 trees had been illegally cut at the top of the slope.
When you cut mature trees from a canopy like that, it's hard to you can't just replace them.
Now King County is suing several homeowners they say are behind this tree massacre for nearly $7 million.
$7 million for 142 is definitely on the cheap side. So if I was the people who'd done that, I'd pay up and be quiet.
Jeffrey Donovan, a forestry expert, says the damage is threefold.
So there's the ecological impact, so the impact on the trees, animals and plants in the ecosystem. You're also going to see an impact on stormwater runoff, which is going to impact water quality. This can also have an adverse effect on people's health and well-being.
Donovan says cutting that many trees removes critical protection from runoff and puts homes below at greater risk for landslides. One of the homeowners named in the lawsuit told us he believes what he did was legal and that he did it for the safety of his family.
Certainly the people who said they cut down the trees for their own safety didn't seem to be much concerned about the safety of their neighbors.
King County says it doesn't have plans yet for restoration, but Donovan says the sooner the better.
In terms of fixing the environmental harm, getting on with it immediately is going to be crucial. You're going to start to get recovery as soon as you start doing whatever it is they're going to do.
The King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office says that criminal charges are still possible in this case, but those charges would have to be referred by the Sheriff's Office. We've reached out to the Sheriff's Office, who said we should be getting an update from them next week. In Issaquah, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
Still ahead tonight, new developments in the Middle East. The president is set to sit down with Iran after the U.S. bombed 3 of its nuclear sites. There's a new scam targeting drivers from an agency that doesn't even operate in Washington state. The text message to watch out for.
And temperatures will cool even more tomorrow as we are tracking showers by the afternoon. More on the exact timing of that and what's a bit to follow as we head into the weekend coming up.